Okay, everyone. Thanks for jumping into this walkthrough of the Chapter 5 Tech Lab. We're going to try and go through it relatively quickly. I just want to get this out there so that everyone who needs some help following through this one can get that. Um, Obviously, you can also watch the video walkthrough that the authors do, but I just want to run through it with you guys so that we can talk about anything that might be sort of tricky. So in this particular case is a new set of data that we haven't used yet. It's state of Oklahoma. It's purchasing card transactions. So P cards right up, our alley for what we're going to be working with later on. And so in this first example, we're going to be preparing the purchase card transactions so that they can be analyzed. And we're going to use some standard stuff, at least the standard as they consider it. So first thing we're going to do, and I'm going to have to jump back and forth between the files here, but or between the open applications. So we're going to work in Prep Builder, and we're going to go ahead and connect the text file, and I've already downloaded the CSV. So I'm going to go to Prep Builder and connections to a file. We're going to do a text file. And then let's see if I go up, should be right here. Yes, lab 5-1. All right. So now we've got our text file connected. You can see we do have our title rows. Now we do have some things like calendar year as a number. So there's some things like that we're going to have to clean up. So let's flip back over and see what it says. All right. So now remove, rename, and create new columns to transform the current data to match the audit data standard. So here are the steps. Remove the following unneeded fields. Depending on your version, either uncheck the box next to each or select each of the following fields and click remove field. So we want to take out the calendar year and the calendar month are the two we want to take out. Jump back over, and right here, calendar year, we can click the X to remove it. And calendar month, once again, we click the X to remove it. That simple. All right. Now rename the following fields by double clicking the field name. So basically we're going to put these into a standard format. And the reason you want to do that is oftentimes you'll be doing these same processes more than once. And so as long as you keep, everything sort of named the same and you keep sort of the same format to everything, then it's very easy to load the next set of data whenever it comes along. So we're going to rename these very quickly. So agency number is business unit code. All right. Expand this, make it a little easier to scroll. So I'm going to copy and paste these. I want to make sure they copy and paste right, but business unit code, enter. Okay. Description, agency name, enter. Product description for item description. Oh, this is super exciting. Okay. Is item description. Purchase order amount local for the amount. Guess we're leaving the last name and first initial. That makes sense. Enter. Merchant, supplier, account name. And if you're having trouble scrolling sideways, sometimes these things are hard to scroll because doesn't always show all of the scroll bars. I have a mouse and I'm just using the scroll bar and I'm clicking to the side and it's scrolling it sideways. So that can work around if for some reason you're having a hard time moving through the data. Okay. Transaction date, we're going to make a purchase order date. Almost there. Painful, I know. Enter date. And that's the post date. Paste, enter. MCC is going to be supplier group. You're going to get familiar with MCC codes. Again, in our big project, and then row ID is going to be the purchase order ID. And that is, I guess that's the first step to everything. Do your screenshot. So now we're going to do the plus and we're going to add a clean step where we're going to clean up the data some now that we've renamed everything. So I'm going to hit the plus. I'm going to hit a clean step. Now it repositions the data so that we can work with each particular field. Let's jump back over. All right. We're going to create a calculated field. Refer to the table below to enter the field name and the formula. For example, the 2020 in brackets. If the value is given in quotes, include the quotes to fill the column with that value. Click apply to add the new custom column. Repeat steps A through C for the remaining columns. So each one of these, we're going to do these three. So let's see, create calculated field. We want to call this one too much. Purchase order fiscal year. Off of it. And it looks like we're calling all of these 2020. So that's easy. Just 2020 in quotes. Save. Now we're going to create another calculated field. This one's going to be entered by. Copy. It's going to be first initial, a space, and last name. So paste that in, and then it's going to be first initial, then do the quotes around the space, plus, and then last name. Save. Now we have that, and then our last one is going to be purchase order local currency. We're going to denominate all these are US dollars. Create calculated field. USD. Okay, easy enough. Next step, remove the last name and first initial fields. Right click and choose remove. You can do it probably either way. I don't know if it's got an X. Yeah, it's got to remove down here. And first initial, you can also right click it, does the same thing, and remove. And we should be okay if I scroll all the way to the right. Where to put it? Put it to the left, maybe. Oh yeah, entered by. And then here are the names. I guess we had some that had number IDs in them. That's strange, but anyway, once that data is there, it's not like Excel where it's referencing to it, and if you delete the columns or whatever, the reference is broken. It's once it creates that calculated cell, it's actually or created calculated field. It's almost like a paste values. Like it's there, it's going to stay there. So that's why we can do it and then get rid of the other two pieces of data or the other two fields. All right. So now the rest of the stuff, verify that your clean data set now has the following for each type. So purchase order ID is text. Let's run through these. So purchase order ID. These are going to be out of order. Guarantee it. Maybe not. Let's go. Purchase order ID. Yes, text. Purchase order date. Date. There, purchase order date. That's date function. Purchase order fiscal year is text. Let's see. Should be right here that we already did. And yes, it's text. Business unit code should be text. Business unit code. All right, it's a number, so we're going to change that and we're going to make it a string. So it's text. Business unit description is text. Well, let's see. All those next are going to be text. So business unit description, supplier account name, business unit description, supplier account name, supplier group, and entered by. So let's see, where's right here, supplier group is entered by should be. Yep, it is. Enter date is a date. Over enter date is a date format. Yes. Purchase order amount local number decimal. So let's see. Purchase order amount local is a number in decimal. Okay, that's good. And then purchase order local currency and purchase order line product description. So line product description is ABC. That's good. And over here, the purchase order local currency is USD is also. So we had to change a couple of those, but generally they're all pretty good. All right, in the flow plane, right click and let's see. Okay, so we're going to right click on the clean one and we're just going to rename it to add column. So that's what we're going to call that clean step. So if I jump back over to prep up here, right click to rename and we're going to call it add columns is now what that step is called. All right, and in the output bracket, basically it's wanting us to save it as the hyper file. And then we're going to want to do this step just because I'm pretty sure it's going to ask the question of how many number of records are there. So let's go ahead and save it. 5.1, okay. I like that. Copy. And jump back over. Save. I'm going to take it out of Tableau and put it to over here with everything else. Do that is not, I didn't highlight the, oh, it's because the text jumped over. It should add the dot hyper for us. We're saving it as a Tableau flow file. Do it again. Yep. All right. There it goes. All right. And I want to click save. Okay. I have to click accept. Then the output box next to add columns, we're going to click run flow. So up here, add columns. Output box. Let's see. That's that was no. Is it up here? Pause. Refresh. Clean step. Let me find it. All right, so I figured out what I've done wrong here. It took me just a minute. I skipped over this step right here to add this output column. So let's jump back over. So up here, I should have hit plus and should have put an output. Now that we have that, we want to do the output pane, click browse, navigate to your preferred location, name your output file that, and click accept. So in the output pane, click browse, and I don't want it to go there. I want it to go over here where I've saved everything else. Let's see if I still got that saved. Dot hyper set. So that's what we want to call it. And now we have the run flow button down here at the bottom. And we click that and it's going to do its thing. And it's done. And I wonder if we click back and we drag this over. Lab, we should have, yeah, right there. Okay, hyperfile. All right, so that worked. I missed adding that output step at the end. So we now would have set up this report that we could bring in new data and we could run the output and it would automatically generate the file using all of these changes that we made and drop it over where we want it in our preferred save folder. And then we could open it using Tableau, the desktop version. All right. So let's jump back over. So we've done that. And it did give us the total number of records. It was like 394,000 or something, I think. Did that so quick. Looking to see if it just told us the number of rows somewhere. Well, like over in Tableau it does. Let's see. Does it have it here? It's got 14 fields. Does not give us number of rows though. Let's see. Tables, data, changes, none of that. Should profile, should list view. It's not gonna be there. Where would that be? So, I mean, obviously we could just go open it up. So how many attributes or columns appeared in your clean data set? I think that was 14. So if we look at the output, no, 12. So I had 12 fields. Know that one. How many? Let me click on that. Huh. I guess maybe if I hadn't, no, all right, let's do the run flow again. See what it does. Replace. Maybe I shouldn't have clicked. 394,904. So I guess if you look at it super fast. So 394,904. Let's check those things, see if they're right. Yes. All right. So I'm sure there's another way to see it. That's dumb that you have to look at it that quickly. Regardless, we got it. Questions to answer, and then submitting your screenshot. So let's move on to the next one and just keep right on rolling. So now we're going to use actual Tableau, and we're not going to use the file we just created. We're going to download the new one, but it should effectively be the file that we just created, assuming we did everything correct. So, okay, I've already got Tableau open, so we're going to do connect to file more and go get it. So connect to file more, and I want to go just up here and lab 5-2, which again theoretically should be the same as the one we just created. Okay. Now, on the data source tab, click update now to preview your data and verify that it loaded correctly. Source. This is the data source tab. Where is the wants to refresh it? Update now. I don't see an update now. That's very frustrating. Hold on. All right, so funny enough, I went over and uh, I watched a little bit of the video, and it actually they completely skip over the thing that says update now. So all we need to do is we need to check that all of these are going to be text strings. It didn't bring this one over right, so we're going to change the business unit code. Let's see. The purchase order amount line item, we do want to be a number, and then the date, we want to be a date, and the date, a date, and everything else is text. Okay, so all that's good. All it looks like it should. Oh, there we go, 394,904 rows. I don't know why it doesn't show it over on Prep. So, all right, so now we're going to go to sheet one. We're going to move on to the steps that it wants us to run through. All right, so important, adjust our data types for the number, calendar, names. Okay, so we did that. All right, did all that, take a screenshot. All right, now we're going to create the following visualizations, each on a separate sheet. So show distribution of total purchases by card holder, showing the business unit as a color, sorted in descending order by purchase amount. What does that mean? Let's do this. So columns, purchase order amount local. So down here, purchase order amount local, columns. All right. Then we're going to do, the rows are going to be entered by, and says add all members. So let's do entered by, add all members. Okay. Filter purchase order months July. So we're going to right click and choose show filter, and then apply to worksheets, all using this data source. So purchase order date, show filter. So see it added up here. And then the second part is right click and choose apply to worksheets, all using this data source. So I'm going to right click that and apply to worksheets, and all using this data source. And that's just going to make that filter work so that whenever we have a dashboard with multiple pages, we can filter it by. And let's see. Oh, we want to make it July. So put that down arrow, and I'm just going to do month. And right now I just want a July, and click OK. So now we just have the month of July there. And it should still be all using this data source. Should be that filter. All right. Okay. Show a distribution of total purchase by category sorted in descending order by purchase amount. So this is going to be a new, it says each of these on a separate sheet. So the next sheet, well, let's do this. This was total per card holders. This one's going to be total purchase category, total purchase category. Go ahead and drop these in. So purchase order amount local, because it's our only number value that we have. Also notice how it went ahead and dropped month in there because we already had that filter. And then rows supplier group. Now we're going to do total purchases by day. Total purchase day. Columns are going to be the day, and then the rows are going to be the amounts. Let's see. Purchase order date. So we're going to bring this up to columns. I'm going to split that down, and I'm just going to go to day. So now we have, and again, we're filtered by July, so we probably would see 31 days. That makes sense. And then I'm going to bring purchase order amounts up to rows. And now we have the squiggly line, but it did want us to make it a bar chart. So let's see. Marks, color, supplier group. If that changes it whenever we drop the supplier group in. Add all members. It did not. Now, let's see. Oh, here, not automatic. We want to change it to bar. There we go. Okay, I knew it was there somewhere. So that down arrow bar. Now we have our bars everywhere. And again, this looks crazy. It's because whenever we get to a dashboard and you can filter down, it looks better, or at least it should. All right, and then last one, going to be a tree map of total purchases by business unit. Just realized total purchases by category. I didn't show it in descending order. Sorry, I clicked it wrong. All right, so there's descending. All right, so now we want to do a new one, total purchases by business unit. There, total purchase BU for business unit. And then we want to do marks, size, going to be the purchase order amount local. Size, we're going to go to color is going to be business unit description. Color, add members, and then label business unit description. Label, now they have names on it. Now in our workbook, we're going to create a dashboard and drag each of the 4 visualizations from the pane on the left, change the size from fixed to automatic. So let's do that real quick and then we'll be done. So right here, second one, new dashboard. We have 3 things. I'm going to bring purchase, total purchases, category, purchase day, that, and now we're going to change the size instead of fixed size to be automatic. And it should. Let's see. I thought I'm not seeing the filter, which I'm not terribly worried about right now. But I'm not sure why it's not showing the filter. Maybe I did something wrong up on the first one. Total purchases by card holder. Or I guess maybe this is already showing everything as July. So uh, maybe that'll look better than if I sorted descending. I don't know if it said to or not. Um, yeah, and it has the filter on there. So if we jump back over, now this looks a little bit better. Of course, e-card holder just means that we have no idea who it is. And of course, that's the biggest one. So um, should be, if we click on that, it should show us just the stuff that's purchased by the e-card. I would think that if we would go down, let's see, whoever Thompson is. No, it's not filtering. All right, well, we made the dashboard. I guess that's all we can ask for. All right, so take your screenshot and you're done. That's how we do it. I feel like this would be more useful if we went in and we added a filter, maybe like total purchase by card holder. You can actually do the filters here. Like if I click this, use this filter. So now if I click e-card holder, it should, uh, change everything. So, oh, e-card holder, everything is the Grand River Dam Authority. That's kind of funny that it's all from the one thing. And then each individual purchase, as we click on the individuals, it tells us, where they're from, what date they bought it on, all that. So you can do some filtering that way. If I turn it off, it all jumps back. We could also use, like, this is the filter. So if we want to see all the electrical parts, click on that. Now we see everybody that ordered electrical parts. I'll scroll down to one that's not quite as much. So Hampton Inn Hotels. Oh no, I didn't get the filter clicked on. All right, there we go. Hampton Inn Hotels. So P. Ross has spent $10,000 at the Hampton Inn. He's working on getting some Hilton points there, I guess. Must have got a refund. What's some other stuff? Amusement, recreation. That's the kind of stuff. Oklahoma State University, Seminole State College, Ross State College. Okay, so we can see there that we can do some different stuff. Even if we take that filter off, maybe we want to filter by day. Use this as the filter, and we want to look. Say if we want to look at weekends. Now this is back in 2020. I don't know what day a weekend is. I'm going to guess that some of these have very few transactions, but like if we click on 14, again, I'm guessing that that's a weekend. And you can see that there's very few things being purchased, most of it through the University of Oklahoma Health Sciences Center, stuff like that. So, that's stuff that we could do with our purchasing card program also. So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys got through it. If you have any questions, let me know. Any problems getting through the rest of the questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a great week. I will see you guys next Tuesday. Thanks.